Yeah, I mean, the
There we
HECS
go.
one's like pretty topical for a lot of like first home buyers, right? They've all got a HECS debt, and it's probably one of the biggest impactors on people's borrowing capacity, and it is an annoying one for a lot of people. But yeah, it's good to see some of the banks starting to recognise that, you know, they're not going to have a HECS debt forever. So they're looking at ways to kind of, you know, either exclude that in your borrowing or help with serviceability buffers. So I think the way one of the banks do it, CBA actually, if you can pay off your HECS debt within 12 months, they'll exclude it. So they'll look at what your repayments are based on your income, and then they'll work out how long it takes to pay your remaining balance off. And then if it's within 12 months, they'll just scrap it from your borrowing, which is pretty good. And, you know, that adds quite a fair bit, especially if you're in the higher income bracket.
Yeah, where it's like 10, 12%.
Because it's a percentage of income.
You just lose 10 to 12% of your income.
One of those silent killers of borrowing capacity, right? That's one of the levers that we pull as brokers with clients, is saying, well, what deposit do you need, and do you have some surplus to pay it out? I was looking at a scenario this week for a client, and they had still been getting their HECS taken out, and they didn't even realise, and they'd paid it off 3 years ago. So I said, oh, well, you'll get a good tax return at the end of the year. So a lot of people use it as almost like a forced savings. But I guess from a cash flow position, if you've got an existing loan or a home loan, you'd probably rather that being thrown on the home loan and making accelerated repayments.